जनाब सदर, आपकी इजाज़त हो तो तकरीब का अख्ताम किया जाए।
जी बिल्कुल।
मौजूद मेहमानों की तशरीफ़ आवरी का शुक्रिया और उनसे दरख्वास्त है कि वो रिफ़्रेशमेंट के लिए तशरीफ़ ले चलें। शुक्रिया।
निगरान वफाकी काबीना की हलफ बर्दारी की तकरीब ऐवान सदर में मुनक़िद की गई। निगरान वफाकी वज़रा ने अब से कुछ देर कबल अपने अहदों का हलफ उठा लिया। सदर मुमलिकत डॉक्टर आरिफ अलवी ने निगरान वफाकी वज़रा से हलफ लिया है। अब से कुछ देर कबल के ये मनाजिर आप अपनी टेलीविजन स्क्रीन पर मुलाहिज़ा कर रहे हैं। निगरान वफाकी काबीना की हलफ बर्दारी की तकरीब का इनेकाद ऐवान सदर में किया गया। निगरान वफाकी वज़रा ने अपने अहदों का हलफ उठा लिया है। सदर मुमलिकत डॉक्टर आरिफ अलवी ने निगरान वफाकी वज़रा से हलफ लिया। निगरान वज़ीर आज़म अनवारुल काकड़ भी इस मौके पर तकरीब में मौजूद थे। निगरान वफाकी काबीना की हलफ बर्दारी की तकरीब का इनेकाद ऐवान सदर में किया गया। इस तकरीब में निगरान वज़ीर आज़म अनवारुल काकड़ भी मौजूद थे। निगरान वफाकी वज़रा ने अब से कुछ देर कबल अपने अहदों का हलफ उठाया है। सदर मुमलिकत डॉक्टर आरिफ अलवी ने निगरान वफाकी वज़रा से उनके अहदों का हलफ लिया है। निगरान वफाकी काबीना की हलफ बर्दारी की तकरीब इसका इनेकाद किया गया ऐवान सदर में और अब से कुछ देर कबल निगरान वफाकी वज़रा ने हलफ उठा लिया है। सदर मुमलिकत डॉक्टर आरिफ अलवी ने निगरान वफाकी वज़रा से अहदों का हलफ लिया है। अब से कुछ देर कबल के ये मनाजिर आप अपनी टेलीविजन स्क्रीन पर इस वक्त मुलाहिज़ा कर रहे हैं। निगरान वफाकी काबीना की तकरीब हलफ बर्दारी जिसका इनेकाद किया गया ऐवान सदर में और सदर मुमलिकत डॉक्टर आरिफ अलवी ने निगरान वफाकी वज़रा से हलफ लिया है। निगरान वफाकी वज़रा ने आज अपने अहदे का हलफ उठाया है। इस तकरीब में निगरान वज़ीर आज़म अनवारुल काकड़ भी मौजूद थे। सदर मुमलिकत डॉक्टर आरिफ अलवी ने निगरान वफाकी वज़रा से उनके अहदों का हलफ लिया है। इस तकरीब का इनेकाद किया गया ऐवान सदर में और ऐवान सदर में मुनक़िद की गई इस तकरीब में निगरान वफाकी वज़रा ने अपने अहदों का हलफ उठाया है। ऐवान सदर में निगरान वफाकी काबीना की तकरीब हलफ बर्दारी का इनेकाद किया गया। निगरान वफाकी वज़रा ने अब से कुछ देर कबल हलफ उठा लिया है। सदर मुमलिकत डॉक्टर आरिफ अलवी ने निगरान वफाकी वज़रा से हलफ लिया। निगरान वफाकी वज़रा ने अपने अहदों का हलफ उठाया है। निगरान वफाकी वज़रा के अहदों की हलफ बर्दारी की जो तकरीब थी उसका इनेकाद किया गया ऐवान सदर में और सदर मुमलिकत डॉक्टर आरिफ अलवी ने निगरान वफाकी वज़रा से हलफ लिया है। आपको बताते चलें अब से कुछ देर कबल निगरान वफाकी वज़रा ने हलफ उठाया है अपने अहदों का और सदर मुमलिकत डॉक्टर आरिफ अलवी ने निगरान वफाकी वज़रा से हलफ लिया है। निगरान वफाकी वज़रा में डॉक्टर शमशाद अख्तर और सरफराज बुगटी शामिल हैं। आपको बताते चलें जलील अब्बास जिलानी मुर्तज़ा सुलंगी भी हलफ उठाने वालों में शामिल हैं। ऐवान सदर में इस तकरीब का इनेकाद किया गया। निगरान वफाकी काबीना की तकरीब हलफ बर्दारी जिसके अब से कुछ देर कबल के मनाजिर हम अपने नाज़रीन के साथ शेयर कर रहे हैं। निगरान वज़ीर आज़म अनवारुल काकड़ भी इस तकरीब में मौजूद थे। सदर मुमलिकत डॉक्टर आरिफ अलवी ने निगरान वफाकी वज़रा से हलफ लिया है। निगरान वफाकी वज़रा में डॉक्टर शमशाद अख्तर और सरफराज बुगटी जबकि जलील अब्बास जिलानी मुर्तज़ा सुलंगी भी हलफ उठाने वालों में शामिल हैं। तकरीब का अहवाल जान लेते हैं। हमारे नुमाइंदे असद यार इस वक्त हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं। असद, आगाह कीजिएगा तकरीब का अहवाल।
जी, वफाकी जो निगरान वफाकी काबीना है उसने हल्फ उठा लिया है और सदर डॉक्टर आरिफ अलवी ने ऐवान सदर में उनसे हलफ लिया है। वफाकी अरकान ने वफाकी वज़रा की हैसियत से हल्फ उठाया है। उसमें अहमद इरफान शामिल हैं, शाहिद अशरफ तारड़ हैं, ये इससे कबल जो है ब्यूरोक्रेट हैं, सीनियर ब्यूरोक्रेट हैं। इसी तरह मुर्तज़ा सुलंगी हैं, ये एक सीनियर सहाफ़ी हैं। जमाल शाह हैं जो इससे कबल जो हम सकाफ़त के तौर पर एक माहिर अमूर सकाफ़त हैं। अनीक अहमद हैं, सरफराज बुगटी हैं, डॉक्टर उमर सैफ हैं, ये माहिर इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी हैं। शमशाद अख्तर हैं जो इससे कबल गवर्नर स्टेट बैंक भी रह चुकी हैं। इसके अलावा डॉक्टर नदीम जान हैं, जलील अब्बास जिलानी हैं जो सेक्रेटरी खारजा इससे कबल रह चुके हैं, एक सीनियर ब्यूरोक्रेट हैं। मोहम्मद समी हैं और लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल रिटायर्ड अनवर अली हैदर हैं। वफाकी काबीना के अरकान ने जो है वो हल्फ उठाया है इस वक्त ऐवान सदर में। इसके साथ साथ मावनीन खुसूसी भी मुकर्रर किए गए हैं। अब काबीना की तश्कील के बाद जो निगरान हुकूमत है उसका वो अमल मुकम्मल हो चुका है। 14 अगस्त को निगरान वज़ीर आज़म अनवारुल काकड़ ने अपने ओहदे का हलफ उठाया था और अब आज जो है वो वफाकी काबीना की तश्कील भी मुकम्मल हो गई है। तो इसके बाद वफाकी वज़रा अपनी अपनी वजारतों की जिम्मेदारियां भी संभालेंगे। कलमदान जो हैं आपसे कुछ देर बाद काबीना डिवीजन की नोटिफिकेशन के बाद बाकायदा तौर पर उनके कलमदान का भी ऐलान कर दिया जाएगा।
बाकायदा नोटिफिकेशन के बाद जो कलमदान हैं उनका भी ऐलान कर दिया जाएगा। असद यार खान, बहुत शुक्रिया, आप हमें तफसीलात से आगाह कर रहे थे। नाज़रीन, आपको बताते चलें निगरान वफाकी काबीना ने हलफ उठा लिया है और सदर मुमलिकत डॉक्टर आरिफ अलवी ने निगरान वफाकी काबीना से हलफ लिया है। ये थी PTV ताज़ा तरीन।
long career as a diplomat, and we can also see that Jamal Shah, who is a prominent actor, and as well as he has also served as PNCA head. He is also part of the newly appointed federal cabinet, who has taken oath at the presidency. Along with that, Dr. Umar Saif and Sarfraz Bukti are also among those prominent faces. Senator Sarfraz Bukti was a senator prior to assuming this charge as a federal minister, and he has also taken oath as the federal minister, and he has also served as Home Minister of Balochistan. He is also a prominent face. Along with that, Gohar Ejaz, Tabish Gohar, Aneek Ahmed are also part of the federal cabinet. Yes.
Thank you, Musharraf Zahoor, our correspondent, updating us on the newly appointed federal cabinet, which includes a lot of prominent names of the country. And to talk more about this, we've also been joined by Shabir Vagra from PTV World. We know, Shabir, that the ongoing oath-taking ceremony at the presidency is going on. The president has administered the oath to all the newly appointed federal ministers under the caretaker cabinet. What's your remarks and what's your take on the ongoing oath-taking ceremony and the federal ministers under the caretaker cabinet?
Yes, as right now the caretaker cabinet has took the oath, and as it was expected from the build-up which was taking place, that there would be technocrats and experts of the respective fields would be given a chance in the caretaker cabinet to run their respective fields. As we know that one of the very respected journalists has been given the information ministry. Similarly, Bukti has been given interior ministry, which is like he has experience of this field and also served in Balochistan. And similarly, Dr. Umar Saif has his own name in IT industry as the pioneer of IT revolution in Punjab government under then Chief Minister Shehbaz Sharif, who remained who was then Prime Minister, Chief Minister of Punjab when he took over Punjab IT board, and he has established all that revolution of IT industry, and he has such experience. Then similarly, if you look at industries ministry, if we look at all important finance ministry as caretaker prime minister, he himself yesterday in his statement said that they will continue economic reforms. So it was very important for that who would be the caretaker finance minister. So caretaker finance minister has a long experience of not only running State Bank of Pakistan, but also then different other important positions, especially about the austerity measures and different other positions that also have been decided by her. So she is also very reputable, in her field. So it is we can precisely say that this small cabinet, but very experts, technocrats cabinets, which is full of experts of the relevant fields to perform that caretaker duty in their respective ministries.
Right, Shabir, as we know that Murtaza Solanki, a renowned journalist and has a vast portfolio in the media industry. Jalil Abbas Jilani, very good on the diplomatic front. Similarly, all the other names and people we're seeing in the footages, they're all people who have a very vast portfolio and a very structured and substantial portfolio. What are your expectations from the newly appointed federal cabinet that you're seeing?
You rightly pointed out that these are all people who has a vast experience in their field. If we talk about Jalil Abbas Gilani, he has the experience of working with some very important like countries like the United States. He has like other very important countries, and then he remained the foreign secretary. So he understands the foreign policy of Pakistan, foreign ministry, and all the dynamics of the ministry, and no one can better understand than him because he remained in charge of the ministry as a foreign secretary for quite a number of years. And then he has served in very important capitals of the world. So he knows the dynamics of dealing with the world powers as well. So he's being the caretaker foreign minister. He is like, we can't say anything more better than that. Expect that he will take this ministry and Pakistan's foreign policy in a very like vibrant way and continue his legacy which he served in the foreign office. Similarly, Murtaza Solanki, he has a vast experience in journalism, very reputable journalist. He has served as the Director General of Radio Pakistan as well. So, along with that, he has the experience of dealing with being himself journalist, and then he remained at very like with different TV channels and different newspapers. So he understands the dynamics of this ministry as well, and he has served in this ministry as DG Radio. So he understands the information ministry very well. So he is also very suitable. Similarly, Dr. Umar Saif, we have talked about. Similarly, all other, they are all well respected and well like a professional cabinet. We can say that the cabinet consists of those professionals who carried a impartial professionalism with their names.
Right, Shabir. So your expectations with the upcoming, the newly appointed federal caretaker, federal cabinet is very positive. And of course, as we see that the portfolio of these people is very vast and very substantial. So you're hoping for positive changes to come in with the appointment of such a federal caretaker cabinet.
Yes, definitely we would see that. We can see that with the appointment of the caretaker prime minister, which was everybody, every segment of the society, political parties, even civil societies, civil organizations, the international community, they welcomed that appointment. And now this federal cabinet, which took oath today, that is also like as impartial as expert of their field. So we can expect that a good time for Pakistan, especially in this transition time.
Right, thank you, Shabir Ahmed, for updating us on the situation and giving us your views on the newly appointed federal caretaker cabinet. Now, to talk more about this, we've been joined by Brigadier Waqar Sir. As you know, that the ongoing oath-taking ceremony, and the President has also appointed the newly appointed federal ministers under the caretaker cabinet. What's your take on it, and how do you see the newly appointed federal cabinet? What's your take on all the people you see on the footages? And if you want, I can share some names with you.
I think it's the need of the time also to look at Pakistan passing through a critical phase. There's a political transition and then there's an economic transition, and definitely there are internal and external security issues. So the team is very balanced, mostly technocrats. Of course, we find some of the political figures as well, but it's I would say 90% is apolitical. They are true professionals, well-established credentials in their own field. So you can quote example of Dr. Shamshad Akhtar. She's going to look after the Khazana or the finance ministry. Then you have Murtaza Solanki, who happened to be from Suno TV, and he's been, I think, having a vast experience, internal and external. He's been worked in the United States and also held very important assignments related to PTV as well as Radio Pakistan, so very vast experience, a seasoned journalist. And then you have health, Dr. Nadeem Jan. Interior, of course, goes to Sarfraz Bukti because of his expertise in handling, the disturbance within Balochistan, and he had to pay a very high cost for that. And I think upgrading him to federal level would definitely give, good news for people of Balochistan. Also, we have Ambassador Jalil Abbas Jilani, very vast experience in foreign affairs. He's been Secretary Foreign Affairs and then important ambassador in very important capital. And then Lieutenant General Anwaarul Haider, again a very seasoned military officer with very clean background and credentials. He's the president of National Defense University and commanded in various capacities and has an international exposure. So all told, I mean, the list can go on, and I think Mishal Malik, she will be given some assignment related to human rights. Jamal Shah takes over the arts and culture. So all told, I think it's a very balanced team, and definitely there is a need to basically take Pakistan on a positive trajectory and then hand over the power to whosoever wins the election. But main thing is to put the economy, establish Pakistan credentials in the international arena, definitely help the security apparatus, and also deliver Pakistan. SIFC is already on ground, and I'm sure we are looking at areas like mining, information technology, military hardware, as well as agriculture. So all told, I think it's a very, very balanced team.
Right, yes, no doubt indeed that the newly appointed, all the federal ministers in the federal cabinet, the caretaker cabinet, they're people with vast portfolios. And earlier with the appointment of the Prime Minister Anwaarul Kakar as the caretaker Prime Minister of the country, we've also seen felicitations from the United States, UAE, Saudi Arabia. Keeping in view all of this, what are your expectations from the newly appointed federal ministers under this caretaker setup?
Definitely, leadership is, again, if you look at Anwaarul Kakar, one, he comes from Balochistan. So this also talks of, at times we talk of, let's say, misgivings